Welcome back to an all-new Whole Creations. I'm your host, Ryan Ottman. Today, I'm going to be sharing my speech that I spoke at the SCRIPT conference down over at University of Southern California in Los Angeles. It was a great 2-day conference, and I'm really thankful for the time I had to speak, and I hope this speech will be of comfort and of encouragement to you. I remember when I created this speech back in 2019, made some modifications, and I believe it will be beneficial to you.
All right, well, good morning, everybody. Yes.
Morning.
Well, guys, come on. Good morning, everybody. Can I hear some good mornings?
Good morning.
Yes. All right, well, I'm Ryan Ottman, and I'm the guy with the coffee mugs at my vendor table. Do I have any coffee lovers in the room? Any coffee lovers? Ooh, okay. Please tell me your favorite coffee drink. I'm very eager to know. Yell it out. Just shout it out. What's your favorite coffee drink? Come on.
Vanilla latte.
What was that?
Vanilla latte.
Vanilla latte, okay. Come on. Does anybody have specific coffee drinks? Yell it out. Come on.
Regular old coffee.
Regular old coffee, okay. All right. Regular old.
Irish coffee.
What is that?
Hawaiian hazelnut.
Hawaiian hazelnut, okay. All right. Anybody else?
I'm kind of kidding, but how about Irish coffee?
Irish coffee, okay. Well, mine is a caramel latte with oat milk. Does anybody love oat milk in this room? Okay, yes, all right. Does anybody have a good coffee shop they love to go to? Please do not say Starbucks. Anybody?
My aunt's kitchen.
Your
Yeah, my aunt's kitchen.
your aunt's kitchen. Okay. Well, if you're ever in the Fullerton area or in Huntington Beach, I highly recommend Abel's Coffee. And as you listen to my speech, you're going to find out why I highly recommend Abel's Coffee. So, to tell you the truth, whenever I go to a coffee shop, I usually do not go there for the coffee, so to speak, to drink or sip a cup of coffee. Not even to hear the background music or even the smell of the coffee beans. I go there for the baristas. Now, when it comes to the baristas, I love the conversations that they create with their customers. I love the enthusiasm they have when they're creating a cup of coffee. I even love the passion that they have to talk and recommend different coffee flavors to their customers. It's such a beautiful thing. For those of you that do not know what a barista is, it's somebody that simply makes the beautiful, tasty cup of coffee. They put the time and the effort with making sure that cup of coffee is ready to be served with excellence. So, ladies and gentlemen, who are the baristas that poured into your life? I'm no longer talking about a coffee shop. I'm talking about the people that have greatly impacted your life. It could have been a teacher, a relative, a coworker, or maybe a best friend. Who is that barista for you? Right now, I want to share with you 2 baristas that have poured into my life so I can pour into others. The first barista's name is Dr. James Powell. He was my mentor. I can remember that smile, that generosity, and how much he believed in me. The thing about Dr. Powell is when I first met him, he didn't treat me as someone that was disabled, but rather that was able. This meant so much to me because growing up, I was diagnosed with a developmental disability called autism. And the thing about Dr. Powell is whenever we would talk, you would just feel this warmth, this this passion, I don't see you as someone that is disabled, Ryan, but I see you as someone that is able. I don't see you as someone that is at a disadvantage, but rather at an advantage. I don't see you as someone that can't have the capabilities, so to speak, but someone that has the capabilities to push through the obstacles that are coming to you. And so every Friday at 12 noon on the dot, Dr. Powell and I would always go out to get Starbucks. And I remember this guy would always just pour love, worth, and authenticity into my cup, into my life. There was this one conversation that we had that still impacts me to this very moment. And it goes like this. Dr. Powell, I'm frustrated. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I keep doing all these things, but it just doesn't seem like it's getting me anywhere. Dr. Powell, it looks hopeless. Dr. Powell, shining the light, helping me, giving me the encouragement that I needed. He poured, Ryan, let me tell you something. Nobody on this earth truly knows where they're going in life. But let me tell you what's worked for me in my life. I kept the Lord Jesus Christ first place in my life. I kept wanting to help people, following my passion of wanting to help people from different avenues, from different backgrounds, from different stories. And it has always brought me to the place I've always wanted to be. So let me tell you, Ryan, let me tell you. Keep God first place. Keep following your passion and watch how the doors open. Dr. Powell pouring such wisdom into my cup. And if we're not for Dr. Powell pouring that wisdom into my cup, I wouldn't be wanting to help people with special needs, helping them to know that they are at not a disadvantage, but rather an advantage to accomplish great things in the world if they put their minds to it. And so therefore, Dr. Powell's wisdom has greatly impacted me. However, one day, everything changed. I remember I showed up at Starbucks one day, and something wasn't right. It was way past 12, and Dr. Powell was nowhere to be found. I kept trying to call him, but I wasn't getting an answer. I then received a text message from him saying, I won't be there today, Ryan. I found out that Dr. Powell was becoming very ill. Very ill. And he passed away. I remember that enthusiastic smile that he had was just tarnishing right before he passed away. But I'm thankful. You all, I'm so thankful for his life, because if it were not for him and that energy that he imparted to me and that desire for my life to do great things, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be right here with you at a conference speaking to you, helping people to realize that they are not at a disadvantage, but rather an advantage if they believe. Thank you, Dr. Powell, for pouring into my life. I love you, man. The second barista that poured into my life was my grandmother. Grandma Gloria. When I was diagnosed with autism at 2 years old, the doctor said I wasn't going to be able to talk, I wasn't going to be able to read, I wasn't going to be able to do anything in my life, that at the age of 20, I was going to have to be in an institution. But to tell you the truth, I'm 27. I haven't seen an institution, so I think I'm clear. And the thing is, my mom didn't know what to do. My dad was in denial, but my grandma, my amazing Jamaican grandmother, yeah man, she said in her own Jamaican accent, Ryan doesn't have autism, man. No. He's going to be a winner, man. He's going to be a champion, man. He's going to be doing all these great things, man. Yeah man, Jamaican me crazy, man. Ha ha. But here's the thing. My grandmother, she helped my mom. She poured into my mom that my diagnosis didn't have to define my destiny, but rather could enable me to do great things. And so, day after day, year after year, she would pray to her Lord that he would give me the abilities to do great things in life. And so my mom would put me in IEP meetings, that she would give me the right services at school. And my dad, even though my dad, it took him a while to latch on to what my grandma was saying, eventually, him and I's relationship improved when he learned not to treat me as someone that was disabled, but rather that was able to accomplish great things in life. And so, why I'm telling you all this is maybe there's somebody in your life that has been born at a disadvantage, but rather, may I enable you to realize that you can help them and be the one that makes the difference by saying, no, you're not at a disadvantage, but rather you can have the advantage to accomplish great things if you believe. Because here's the thing, we can keep pouring into people all we want, but if the thing is, if they don't believe in themselves, then all the pouring is not going to matter. But I believe the love that you pour into people and helping them realize that they're whole people with whole purpose, WHOLE, whole purpose. If you help them, even though in that season they may not listen, years down the road, a great outcome can take place, because when you pour that seed into their cup, eventually, years down the road, what that person said to me makes sense. You could be that person that just sows that right seed that years later down the road, it can make the difference. So I want to encourage you, if you are a mentor out there, be the person that can pour something beautiful. It may not make sense in this season to that individual that you are mentoring, but I want to encourage you, you have the ability to be the one that can make the difference in years to come in that individual's life. With all that being said. So, now I want to tell you about my person that I'm mentoring currently. I've been mentoring him for 5 years. Cayman is such an amazing kid. At the age of 11, this kid, who is known to have various disabilities, he has accomplished so much. He has the ability to work on big speakers with wires at 11 years old. And you know what? He's now turning 17 and he just turned 16 this past March. And I've seen such tremendous growth in him, because the thing I had to learn is I had to stay right there with him. Even though there were times I wanted to quit because of the meltdowns I was seeing, because of all the craziness I was seeing, I'm like, no, I'm going to stay right here with you, Cayman. Cayman, don't give up on me, bro. Don't give up on me. I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you. And years later, I've seen our relationship evolve to greater heights. Like, we were at the playground. This big 16-year-old, we were at the playground, and he was trying to climb over this big obstacle course at the playground. And this kid just like, I said, hey, I'll catch you if you fall. And the thing is, he was stuck on that obstacle course for like a good 5 minutes, but I'm like, I'm right here. The trust that we built, eventually he came falling into my arms. And because the thing is, we built a great connection. So I want to encourage you, build that great connection. Be right there in that person's life. Be present in that person's life, whoever you are mentoring currently. And don't give up on them. I think the thing is, sometimes we think it has to go the way how I perceive it, but that's not how life works. Frustration comes in the story of mentoring when we have our own preconceived ideas of how our mentees should respond to our example of being a mentor. With all that being said, I just want to encourage you, go out there and be the great barista to the next generation that's now being raised in our society. They need great baristas like you, all of us in this room. Because I believe I'm looking at some great people that have great talents, great gifts, a great story to pour into the next generation. I'm thankful for Dr. Powell and my grandmother pouring into my life so I can pour into people like Cayman, just like I believe that each and every one of your baristas poured into you for the purpose of wanting to pour into somebody else. And I want to also encourage you with this one last thing. Grandma Gloria and Dr. Powell, they passed away before I could tell them how thankful I am for them, how thankful I am for them. And so, if your barista, your mentor, the person that you look up to is still alive, please please, I beg you, tell them how thankful you are. Mark is another barista that poured into my life. And recently at another speech that I was giving a month ago with the foster care teams, I told Mark in front of everybody how thankful I am for the example he poured into my life. And that greatly impacted him. We talked about it a couple days ago. So tell that person how thankful you are that they poured into your life, as well as don't forget to continue to pour into the next generation. Thank you so much, Dr. Deborah.